Just
yeah,
but
I think the parody of the Internet of Things, and Arm are very aware of this, is that you risk succeeding in making hundreds of billions of things and not making any money out of that.
Yes, absolutely.
That is the challenge. So,
I don't think the things themselves will necessarily make money.
Yeah, that's my
servitization.
It's
my point.
It's what you do.
So it's the intellectual property.
It's what you do best.
But the servitization idea changes the thing itself.
Yes.
Because once you start actually turning the product into something that you interact with in new ways, what we do is we could end up making and creating more things than we've ever imagined in places like the UK and in Germany, and actually re-establish ourselves as manufacturing or productive nations in that kind of way, because we're connecting the intellectual property with the thing itself. And up until now there's been a divorce between the two. And the IoT environment enables those things to be brought together in a unique way that's never been thought of before.
Isn't one of the downsides of the current game of monkeys and typewriters, as I was talking about, or big, massively parallel funded platforms like the TSB IoT project, that actually they destroy any capability to create IP, because whatever you think of somebody's...
Well, I think it depends where you see the IP, I think. I mean, obviously we have quite a strong interest in that kind of area ourselves, how do we go, because we are looking at how do we make money out of all this. And, I think that what is very clear, and I think it's challenged into a lot of organisations, is basically, what the ecosystem looks like around making kind of bringing all this to life. And actually, what's interesting from a commercial point of view, it does challenge who you think you're collaborating with, who you're partnering with, how you're working with somebody. And it is actually forcing some changes of thinking about business model and how you do it. So I think there are opportunities to build, but it's not in the sense of that total stack in terms of we own everything in this.
Yes.
It's something that we bring to the party, which is reflective of our skill set, and therefore that brings the whole thing to life. And actually recognising that ecosystem is actually quite an important aspect of understanding internet things.
The way you told the story just now, and I hear lots of people saying this, particularly in the telco world, is very much from a perspective of we need to be able to make money, we need to be able to monetise our value add and so on. Frankly, that is not the customer's problem. That's your problem as a product manufacturer or a channel, whatever. And eventually the customers, I think, become far more powerful, and it's what they want that matters. And I see a lot of sort of telcos thinking, well, how do I monetise my pipe? And customers do not care about that. And there's a real risk of telco becoming completely irrelevant because of that thinking.
And that's a really good point, because, and it touches on this idea of the ecosystem as a layer cake. The danger is that if we try to be too narrow, too horizontal, there are too many interfaces that you can't actually make a decent profit margin out of them. So I very much do predict that we're going to see a consolidation and see companies doing more and more. And you can see something that we've been tracking in this SIG for many years now is companies moving up and down the value chain. So Telit, one of the big module vendors, a couple of years ago they did a deal with O2 to do airtime. They've just bought a cloud. And of course they've got this fantastic position in modules. So they are now almost completely vertically integrated from selling you the module that goes into the device to the cloud, which is also a little bit terrifying because it cuts most of us in the room out of that value chain. We perhaps have somewhere to play because, of course, it's not as easy as just putting a module into a product. But
the problem is that will be terrifying for their customers as well, unless the components are connected using standards which allow the customers to have choice. Because then no one wants to be locked in.
And that's but if you look at the rise of internet mega platforms, Cisco down, Google, Twitter, silos going up.
They're not silos. Well, they're completely open.
They're open in the sense of a door that is easily slammed shut if you don't conform to their particular rules, and both Google and Twitter have done this to other people who aren't interoperating with them in quite the way that they would like, or giving them quite the cut that they would like.
But Google and Twitter, more Twitter, don't have any ultimate lock-in, so there's nothing to stop someone competing with them, competing with any part of their value add.
Yes, and typically the way they deal with it is by buying the people who over the top them, the apps that it was TweetDeck a year ago.
It's constant commodification. You just have to keep climbing up.
There's WhatsApp this week or last week.